Knicks training camp has officially begun, and we have some good quotes from Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Tom Thibodeau. I'm just happy that the Knicks basketball is coming soon. In a few weeks, we will get that ultimate matchup between the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics with our newly acquired Karl Anthony Towns, with our newly acquired Mikal Bridges. This is going to be an amazing season, but what I'm going to do today is react to kind of some of the quotes that were said in today's training camp. A couple of interesting quotes from especially Mikal Bridges and Tom Thibodeau regarding the point guard rotation that I thought, you guys would like to hear. We back, guys. We back. All right, let me share my screen right now and get to the Tom Thibodeau quote.
And again, I like the versatility because we have a number of guys that can play, both on the ball and off the ball. So, and I think sometimes that's the hardest thing to guard is, number one, you want to create the pace, and then you want to create the movement. And sometimes, as we did the second half of last year with, Jalen off the ball, we had Josh initiating a lot of offense for us last year. Mikal's comfortable with it. Cam, Deuce is good with both. Cam is good with both. So I like that versatility a lot.
So he mentions Cam, Deuce, Josh, all versatile and that can pick the ball up for the New York Knicks. As we all know, last season, especially in the playoffs, teams were just full court pressing Jalen Brunson, just stopping him from taking the ball up the court and just wearing him out. By the time he gets up the court, he's already tired. So it's good to have that rotation. Not sure if Josh Hart is going to start or Deuce McBride yet, but I'm pretty sure that's going to come out shortly. And I'm excited. He did not mention Tyler Kolek in that clip, but it's day one of training camp. Maybe he probably didn't do that on purpose, but I'm sure Tyler Kolek will go through training camp and ball out, because I have high hopes for Tyler Kolek this year. All right, here is the clip of Mikal Bridges. And, he mentions Landry Shamet. Obviously, he and Landry Shamet played with each other in Phoenix. Let's just listen to Mikal Bridges.
With them in Phoenix, what can Landry bring to the team?
A lot. Landry can shoot the ball really well, move without the ball, defensively talk to each other. He just, I don't know. Whenever I've been around Landry for a while, whenever we play pickup where we play in games, I always want Landry on my team, all the time, because it's he just daggers you away. He cuts, he moves off the ball so well. He's fast. He can drive. He was a point guard before he got drafted, and Philly made him to a spot-up shooter. So he still has the capability to be a combo guard to do everything. So, I
thought about the pick and roll.
Landry Shamet is on the New York Knicks. It is a training camp deal, but I fully expect Landry Shamet to make this team now that Donte DiVincenzo is no longer a New York Knick. You heard Mikal Bridges there said he's not just a spot-up shooter. He can cut. He can defend a little bit. He's a good rim runner. He's a good finisher at the rim. Guys, I know Landry Shamet is not Donte. I'm not asking him to be Donte DiVincenzo, but if he can be sort of a great value Donte DiVincenzo, I really think we can see some moments from Landry Shamet this year, because we're going to need some shooting, some scoring off the bench due to our depth right now, especially with Mitchell Robinson on the shelf. So Landry Shamet, I fully expect him. That's a name to watch because, as we just heard Mikal speak highly of him, and I'm sure Tom Thibodeau is going to love Shamet. But that was interesting in my opinion. Here is Jalen Brunson talking about the Karl Anthony Towns trade and the pick and roll. Let's take a listen.
With him and what that might look like.
Yeah, I've thought about it. He's obviously a tremendous player in the league for 10 years now. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, he's going to be a great piece once he gets here and everything, and we'll go from there.
Sean, how well do you know him? Do you have a history with him from the area?
Not really. I moved out before I played high school basketball in Jersey, but I played against him in AAU once or twice, and obviously of him. And Dad and Thibs coaching with him in Minnesota for a little bit, so I got to know him a little bit. But he's a great guy. Works really hard from what I've heard and seen about him. And
So Jalen Brunson is excited to work with Karl Anthony Towns, talking about the pick and rolls, the high-key pick and rolls. Jalen Brunson driving in the lane with Towns posted up behind the three-point line, 41% three-point shooting, big, the best in the NBA. I'm excited to watch that Brunson seems happy that, we added another high basketball IQ player in here, unselfish player in the starting lineup. And I truly do think this is going to be a crazy starting five for the New York Knicks. You have, legit five unselfish guys who just play the right way. And that's no slight at the guys that have left, but I'm just saying the new look Knicks, in my opinion, I feel like we've gotten better. So I'm excited to see Cat in New York. Speaking of the Cat trade, it's starting to come out that the New York Knicks are sending 2 second-round picks along with Daquan Jeffries, Charlie Brown, and Dwayne Washington Jr. to complete the Karl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo trade. And the Knicks are also getting James Nagy, the 31 overall pick of the 2023 NBA draft. So let's get the ball rolling. Training camp is just starting. I can't wait. Also got some Mitchell Robinson news that he has stayed back in New York to rehab his ankle. So he is not with the team in training camp. He has stayed back in New York to rehab his ankle. As we all know, Mitchell Robinson is out till December. So those are the few little notes that I took apart from the Knicks training camp. The Mikal Bridges soundbite talking up Landry Shamet was one that really caught my attention because, I don't know. I've been watching some Shamet highlights, and I really do think that he can provide a little bit of what Dante's void, right? He's not Dante, but Shamet has been around the league, has playoff experience, and that's a name to watch coming out of training camp. Day 1 of training camp is in the books. Let me know in the comments below what do you guys think. As always, it is Let's Go Knicks. Subscribe to the channel. Hit you guys next time. Let's go Knicks. Peace.